Looking for a checking account with no monthly requirements or service charge? People's State Bank's People's Checking Account is just what you're looking for. This account includes free debit card, online and mobile banking, bill pay, and much more at no cost to you. You heard that right. No cost to you. We're your local community bank ready to serve you. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted residential heating and cooling system service provider. Join Myers Comfort Club for peace of mind throughout the year and around the clock. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry, we got this.
Check out Supps.com. Supps is Southwest Wisconsin's go-to supplement store. Find all your favorite supplement brands at the best prices from local people. Fuel your fitness journey. Supps.com, your go-to supplement store with locations in Fenimore and Dubuque.
Grow your business by enhancing your digital marketing efforts with Queen Bee Radio and Phase 3 Digital. We provide customized solutions based on your business's unique needs, including targeted advertising, website development, and search engine optimization. Contact us at 608-349-2000 or visit p3da.com/platbill to learn more.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling and Wolf Construction. And sponsored by Claire Bank, Cuba City Family Dental, Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville, Edward Jones representative Ben Reeves and Elena Reeves, Fuller's Milker Center, Nutrition World, the Peterson Agency, Raleigh Cheese, the Shoebox, and Tricor Insurance.
Good afternoon from Splinter Park in Cuba City, Wisconsin. One of the most anticipated postseason matchups in high school softball set to take place here in today's regional final in Division 4. The number 4 ranked Cuba City Cubans, 19-2 overall, hosting their small rival, the number 5 ranked team in Division 4, the Boscabel Bulldogs. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. These two small rivals are meeting for the third time in 17 days, and in this regular season, Cuba City won both regular season matchups and were the SWAL champions in the 2024 campaign. Cuba City winning the first matchup back on May 6th, 3-1 off Josie Cruiser's 2-run home run in the top of the 7th. In that matchup, Peyton Guile pitched 7 complete innings with 9 strikeouts and drew 4 walks. As for Greta Grassel, pitched all 7 innings in her performance, 15 strikeouts and 1 walk. All 3 runs that Cuba City scored in that game were unearned. And in the second matchup back on May 14th, Cuba City won the matchup 5-4, scoring all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Peyton Guile again for Cuba City, 7 innings pitched with 11 strikeouts, no walks. And Greta Grassel pitched 6 innings, struck out 12, and had 2 earned runs on her stat line. This is the third year in a row that Cuba City and Boscabel are meeting in the postseason. Last year, Cuba City won 4-0 in the sectional semifinal, and coming into this game, Cuba City has won 5 straight on the Boscabel Bulldogs. So Boscabel trying to reverse their fortunes against Cuba City here in the regional final. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the game that we have over on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and superhits106.com. The number 1 seed Mineral Point, also the number 7th ranked team in Division 4, hosting the Fenimore Golden Eagles. Mark Evenstad has the call of that one, again, on Super Hits 106. In the bottom half of the Sectional 4 bracket, number 1 seeded Horicon is hosting the 4 seed number 4 Palmyra Eagle, and number 3 Deerfield travels to number 2 Waterloo. Back on Monday, Cuba City defeated Argyle Blackhawk 12-2 in 6 innings, a game that we had here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Addie Schaaf had an outstanding performance, went 3 for 4 on the game, had 2 RBIs on her stat line, and 4 Cubans had 2 hits or more in the game. Peyton Guile, the pitcher, 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and no walks. That game played Monday because of the storms that happened on Tuesday. Boscabel played last night in their regional semifinal, defeating Riverdale 8-1 last night. Greta Grassel, 7 innings pitched with 13 strikeouts and 1 earned run, allowed 2 hits on the game. And Boscabel scoring 8 runs on just 2 hits. Riverdale had 4 errors on their stat line, according to what was in Game Changer heading into today's game. So Boscabel trying to author some hits and put the ball in play against this Cuba City squad here today. Cuba City, again, the SWAL Conference champion outright with a 12-2 conference record. Boscabel and Mineral Point tied for second with an 11-3 conference record. Cuba City's losses were to Fenimore and I believe Mineral Point was the other one. Lost track of that. And, of course, Boscabel's 2 of the 3 losses that they had were to these Cuba City Cubans, as both coaches come to home plate, and we will get things started here relatively soon at Splinter Park in Cuba City on what is a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon. 76 degrees here at Splinter Park. The sun is shining. Don't see any clouds pointed towards the outfield. There's a light breeze blowing from left to right, so the ball might carry towards the right a little bit. We'll see how that progresses throughout today's game. Again, our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. No injuries to report on the Russell office's injury report. But if you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. We'll get to our Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups and our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game in just a bit. Our game today is brought to you by the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. They offer the Boscabel and Richland Center areas locally owned pharmacies, which proudly serve the Boscabel and Richland Center area communities. Stop by today and visit the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. Arter Brothers Creamery. Sweet, creamy treats and scrumptious farm-to-table dining options is what you'll find at Arter Brothers. Arter Brothers in Boscabel. It's utterly amazing. And by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Southwest Health's Eye Center. Advanced care for your eyes, from exams to surgery to glasses and everything in between. Helping you see life more clearly is always their #1 priority. Learn more about Southwest Health's Eye Care Center at southwesthealth.org. Our foul balls today brought to you by Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom and Brian Cohn and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Also by Leo's Used Cars 2. See Curtis Pint and John Weber for your next ride. Leo's Used Cars 2 on Main Street in Dickeyville, wishing Ella and the girls best of luck. Let's run down the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Boscabel Bulldogs. Again, 16-4 overall on the season, 11-3 in the SWAL. Tied for second with Mineral Point in the conference this year. And their batting order goes like this. In the leadoff spot, wearing number 4, the catcher, Aaron Knowles. Batting second, playing second base, wearing number 18, Kenna Wallen. Batting in the 3 spot, the pitcher wearing number 11, Greta Grassel. In the cleanup spot, the designated player wearing number 9, Cozy Wetter. She bats in place of the first baseman wearing number 2, Grace Smith. Batting 5th, the left fielder wearing number 7, Lila Glassbrenner. Batting 6th, playing third base wearing number 8, Emma Hardy. Batting 7th, playing right field, number 19, Mackenzie Fritz. Batting 8th, the center fielder wearing number 10, Kennedy Seeley. And rounding out the The batting order for Boscabel, the shortstop, wearing number 12, Campbell Fitzgerald. Again, the lineup: Knowles, Wallen, Grassel, Wetter, Glassbrenner, Hardy, Fritz, Seeley, Fitzgerald. That's the batting order for the Boscabel Bulldogs. Our Fuller's Smoker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sSmokerCenter.com. We'll stop for the national anthem in just a brief moment. We'll also get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game. I'll tell you what we have on our Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We'll pause for today's national anthem from Splinter Park at Cuba City.
Tuesday, May 28th, at a site to be determined against the winner of Middle Point and Fenimore. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask that those who are able to stand, remove your hats. Place your hand over your heart. For the playing of our national anthem.
Today's national anthem from Splinter Park in Cuba City, Wisconsin. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Keeler Family Dental, and now open Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Cuba City in their primarily white jerseys that fade to black, going up and down. Cuba City written across the chest in cursive print in white with white numerals on the front and back. And black socks as well. And Boscabel in their white jerseys with white pants, black striped stirrups on the socks. BHS written across the chest in gray with white numerals on the back. Those are the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Keeler Family Dental, and now open Darlington Family Dental. The outfield alignment for Cuba City from left to right in the outfield is Kraus, Nolan, and Redfern. And from third to first, Rogers, Vosberg, Schoaf, Cruiser, and Dressler catches for the pitcher, Peyton Guile, who on the regular season against conference opponents has a .76 ERA, had 124 strikeouts, 20 walks in 83 innings pitched. Again, those are just the swell opponents that she's faced throughout the season, and our leadoff batter, Aaron Knowles, steps into the box. Knowles, Wallen, and Grassel due up. In the top of the first, here from Splinter Park at Cuba City. Glad you're with us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The first pitch is high for ball one. Second pitch also high, ball two. Peyton Guile dusting off the ball. 2-0 count to Aaron Knowles, catcher. And that pitch does catch the strike zone in the inner third for strike one. A 2-1 count. And now here's the pitch. This one fouled off for a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Fall back over the backstop. Now count is 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Aaron Knowles, in our regional quarterfinal. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And a backwards K, or a regular K for Aaron Knowles, swinging strikeout, first strikeout for Peyton Guile. And now Kenna Wallen, the second baseman wearing number 18, steps into the box, bats right-handed. My apologies, I'm trying to update the stuff on our scoreboard here on the screen, but it's a little tough to see with the sun. Here's the pitch in there for strike one. And Greta Grassel on deck. Kind of walling on the season. Hitting 164, has 1 home run and 12 RBIs. A 1 pitch, low and away for ball one. One pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Had the right location, timing was just a bit off. Okay. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peyton Guile. 2 up, 2 down. And now the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. Greta Grassel stepping to the plate, batting .451 on the season, 8 home runs, 24 RBIs. That's in the left-handed batter's box as Guile gets ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Grassel fouls this one off the third base side, going to hook foul. That's a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Okay, Cuba City collision and repair, they are recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. One to Grassel, outside for ball one. That pitch is high for ball two. And here's the 2-1. This one chopped foul down the first base side. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy offers Boscabel and Richland Center area's locally owned pharmacies, which proudly serve the Boscabel and Richland Center area communities. Stop by and visit the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. And this one popped straight up, and it's going to be on the first base side. And Grassel pops out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. The Bulldogs go down in order, and Cuba City is up to bat next in the bottom of the first on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Again, trying to update things on our shoebox scoreboard in the lower part of the screen. My apologies for not being able to keep tabs on that. But we will see Cuba City due up in the bottom of the first. Addie Schoaf, Summer Rogers, and Josie Cruiser. We'll also run down the rest of the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for Cuba City in just a moment. Addie Schoaf against conference opponents this year, batting .362, has 1 home run and 5 RBIs. As Greta Grassel gets ready to deal the first pitch. And first pitch is high and away for ball 1. And Addie Schoaf, the second baseman, leading off. Batting second will be the third baseman, number 9, Summer Rogers. And in the 3 spot, the first baseman wearing number 17, Josie Cruiser. Pitch to Schoaf, hits her. And a hit by pitch. Puts the leadoff batter on base for Cuba City. And Addie Schoaf looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. So my sight line's a little off from the umpire. It looks like she's going to stay in the game, though. Gives a thumbs up to Coach Rogeman. She'll stay in the game, and that brings Summer Rogers to the plate. Rogers is a right-handed batter, batting .234 against conference opponents this year. And here's the pitch. Squares this one up, and it drops right in front of the first baseman, throws to first in time for the out. So a sack bunt, kind of an awkward-looking bunt as she chased that ball high. Drops right in front of the first baseman, closing in on it. Does move Schoaf to second. So a runner in scoring position for Cuba City with 1 out in the bottom of the first. And that brings Josie Cruiser to the plate, who had the big 2-run shot in the first matchup between these two teams back on May 6th. And pitch is high for ball 1. Udder Brothers Creamery, sweet creamy treats and scrumptious farm-to-table dining options is what you'll find at Udder Brothers in Boscobel. It's utterly amazing. 1-0 pitch, catches the strike zone in her third for strike 1. We'll get you the outfield alignment after this pitch. 1-1 pitch to Cruiser. Cruiser swung on, fouls it off down the first base side. Cuba City collision repair foul ball. In the outfield from left to right, Glassbrenner, Seeley, and Fritz for the Bulldogs. And then from third to first, Hardy, Fitzgerald, Wallen, and Smith. And Aaron Knowles catching for the phenomenal pitcher, Greta Grassel. We'll talk about her career stats throughout the game as well. As a 1-2 pitch, the Cruiser high for ball 2. Greta Grassel on this season, 101 innings pitched with a 1.109 ERA, has 213 strikeouts and 11 walks, and is 4 strikeouts away from hitting career strikeout 1,000. And that one catches the strike zone, a backwards K for Greta Grassel, now 3 away from 1,000 as Josie Cruiser strikes out looking, now 2 out in the bottom of the first, a runner on second. No score yet in our Division IV regional final between the number 4 ranked team in the state, Cuba City, and the number 5 ranked team, Boscabel. First pitch fouled off. by Rachel Krause, the left fielder, in the cleanup spot. Krause on the season batting .256 against teams in the Swall. Krause dusting off the ball, gets the pitch. Here's a delivery on the 0-1. High for ball one. Krause looks down, now gets ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Timing just a bit off there for Rachel Krause. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. 1 on, 2 out. 1-2 pitch. Catches the strike zone. Another backwards K for Greta Grassel. And in the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. And we go to the top of the second inning, no score between Boscabel and Cuba City in our Division IV regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Our game also brought to you by Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. They have your repairs covered from truck and trailer to your hydraulic needs. Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. Gooch's Greenhouse Tavern in Keeler. Gooch's is home to some of Southwest Wisconsin's favorite pizza, as well as delicious daily specials, too. When it comes time to celebrate, make it great at Gooch's Greenhouse in Keeler. By Napa Auto Parts, the pros at Napa Auto Parts in Boscabel and Richland Center have you covered, from batteries to brakes and from motor oil to filters. They have the right accessories for your vehicle, too. Napa Auto Parts in Boscabel and Richland Center. Go to the top of the second. And the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Boscabel: Cozy Wetter, Lila Glassbrenner, and Emma Hardy. Our great regional health center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction. Cozy Wetter, wearing number 9, steps into the box, batting .286 on the season. First pitch catches the strike zone for strike one. Peyton Guile looks down at her wrist, gets the pitch. 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike two. Cozy Wetter tried to chase that one inside. Steps out of the box, now back in. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscabel. Always on call and always the right call. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, serving Southwest Wisconsin 24/7 since 1958. The 0-2 pitch is a ball. Count is now 1-2. Peyton Guile, again on the season, a .76 ERA against Swall opponents. A swing and a miss, strike three. Third strikeout thrown by Guile. Strikes out 3 of the first 4 batters for Boscabel. That brings up the number 5 hitter, the left fielder, Lila Glassbrenner. One of the seniors on this Boscabel team, 8 seniors in total in this class. And fouls off the first pitch back for strike one. Pizzeria Uno and the Annex in the back bar. Southwest Wisconsin's favorite way to celebrate is pizza and drinks at Pizzeria Uno and the Annex in Platteville. 0-1 pitch. This one bunted right back to the pitcher. Guile trying to throw it. It goes in the dirt, and she is in time for the out. Boy, that was a tough play for Guile to make. Able to chase it down, play the ball cleanly, and get it to first. It was thrown into the dirt, but great job there by Cruiser to dig it out. Get the out, 2 away in the bottom of the second. Still no score between Boscabel and Cuba City. That brings up Emma Hardy playing third base. Where's number 8? Bats right-handed. First pitch, chop to second. Schoaf is there, and that is going to be a line out to end the inning. Bulldogs go down in order again. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the second. Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Our game also brought to you by Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster. Follow them on Facebook for daily lunch specials. Doolittle's on the Square in Lancaster. Other games on our Queen Bee Radio family today. The winner of this game taking on the winner of the game we have on Super Hits 106, Mineral Point and Fenimore. Mark Evenstad with the call of that one. We also have an audio-only game on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel today. We have Lancaster at Mineral Point in baseball regional quarterfinal action. Steve Pressegard and Matthew Ginnanen on the call of that. Other regional finals on our radio stations in Division 5. On Extreme 107.1, it's Belmont hosting Judah Albany. And on 97.7 Country WGLR, it's Barneveld against Highland. And on AM 1590 WPVL, Division 3 action, Lancaster at River Valley. As Ella Vosberg leads off the bottom of the second. For Cuba City, fouls the first pitch back for Cuba City Collision and Repair, foul ball. And we're in the bottom of the second inning. And this pitch going to be fouled off again. Just missing the Boscabel dugout. We'll call that another Cuba City Collision and Repair foul ball. Game also brought to you by the Back Nine Golf Simulator in Platteville. You can play Augusta right here at home. Find the Back Nine on Facebook for details. The Back Nine Golf Simulator, Business 151 in Platteville. 0-2 pitch, another foul ball. This one straight back to the backstop. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. To the leadoff batter in this inning, the number 5 hitter in the order, Ella Vosberg. She'll be followed up by Brooke Dressler and Ayla Nolan. Dressler looks back and time is called. Vosberg stepping out of the box. And now steps back in. We're set to resume. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. And this one hooking foul, but will be played. And a great catch at first base by Grace Smith. A light pop out will be the first out in the bottom of the second. And that brings up the number 5 hitter, Brooke Dressler, the catcher, wearing number 5. Batting right-handed. Batting .256. Has 8 RBIs against Swallow opponents this year. First pitch, swing, and a miss. Sounded for a second it might have been tap foul, but count as no balls and 1 strike. Wrestle with the delivery. Another swing and a miss. Tried to chase that one high. Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohen, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Hessel looks down. Here's the delivery. This one going to hook foul. That one will be a Cuba City Collision and Repair foul ball. Again, today also brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Grassel looking down at her wrist for the pitch. 0-2 to Dressler. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is career strikeout 999 for Greta Grassel. That brings up Ayla Nolan, the center fielder. Where's number 2? Batting almost 400 against Swallow opponents this year. 7 RBIs. And this will be grounded to short. Throw to first. It is going to be high. So an E6. We'll put the base runner at first for Cuba City. Ayla Nolan reaches base, and now the opposing pitcher, Peyton Guile, steps up to the plate. Peyton Guile batting .289. And she digs her cleats into the dirt. One on, 2 out, bottom of the second, no score. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Leo's Used Cars 2. See Curtis Pint and John Weber for your next ride. Leo's Used Cars 2 on Main Street in Dickeyville, wishing Ella and the girls best of luck. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Going to go back behind the backstop. Hopefully avoiding my car. Another Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. No balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Guile. Grassel deals. That's a strike 3, and that is strikeout number 1,000 for Greta Grassel. Backwards K ends the inning. Cuba City leaves 1 runner stranded. No runs, no hits, 1 error. And we go to the 3rd. Boscabel nothing, Cuba City nothing on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty. That is 1,000? Yep, awesome. Thank you to Penny Grassel for confirming that. It is career strikeout number 1,000 for Greta Grassel on her outstanding career. In her senior year, she will be playing college ball at Mississippi State. So she'll still be a Bulldog, even after her high school career is done. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. For Boscobel, Mackenzie Fritz, Kennedy Seeley, and Campbell Fitzgerald. Game today also brought to you by Brett Rogers Construction in Cuba City. Quality works at the right price for all of your home improvement needs, inside and outside. We love what we do, and you will too. Brett Rogers Construction in Cuba City. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. By Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Southwest Health's Eye Center, advanced care for your eyes from exams to surgery to glasses and everything in between. Helping you see life more clearly is always their #1 priority. Learn more about Southwest Health's Eye Center at southwesthealth.org. Top of the 3rd now. First pitch catches the strike zone for strike 1. Mackenzie Fritz, Kennedy Seeley, and Campbell Fitzgerald due up for the Bulldogs in the top of the 3rd. And this one grounded to short. Vosberg able to make the play. Throws it to first in time for the out. All right, Boscabel trying to put it in play. And now Kennedy Seeley will try and generate some offense in the number 8 spot. Play center field. Where's number 10? Batting 114 on the season. Has 2 RBIs on her stat line. Here's the pitch from Guile. That one's high for ball 1. Game also brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience a difference. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Kennedy Seeley. One pitch, another swing and a miss. Strike 2. Try to dig that one out. Russell Office is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. 1-2 pitch, high for ball 2. Just missed the zone. Diney's Tire Auto in Dickeyville. Call the only hooker in town for 24-hour touring service at 568-3014. 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is Diney's Tire Auto in Dickeyville. The count is now 3-2. To Kennedy Seeley. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd, no score. That one catches the outer 3rd for strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Peyton Guile on the game. Now the number 9 hitter, Campbell Fitzgerald, stepping into the box. Play shortstop. Where's number 12? That's 228. Has 7 RBIs. Guile delivers. Finds the zone. Strike 1. Kaiser's Auto and Lawnmower Repair. Call Earl Kaiser to get your auto or lawnmower service in Cuba City. Kaiser's Auto and Lawnmower Repair says go Cubans. Second pitch also a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter, Campbell Fitzgerald. As she reaches base, we'll go back to the top of the order with Aaron Knowles. As Boscabel looking for their first base runner of the game. That one way high. Luckily, just far enough away from our camera on our YouTube channel. Unfortunately for Cuba City, no runners on base. And a really wild high pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this will hook foul and hit the fence right in front of the Boscabel dugout. Another Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. We'll check it on the shoebox scoreboard in just a moment. 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. Updates Mineral Point 6, Lancaster nothing after 1 inning on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. And that one's fouled off again. Count is now 2-2. Campbell Fitzgerald trying to make him earn it. Kyle looks down on her wrist for the pitch. It's ready to deal the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Peyton Giles strikes out 5 of the first 9 batters for Boscabel. Bulldogs go down in order again. Ground out, strikeout, strikeout. And through 2.5 innings, Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Sportsmanship doesn't stop when the game ends. It's part of the community you live in. Respect, character, dignity, and leading by example. That's why Rural Mutual Insurance has been a proud sponsor of the WIAA Sportsmanship Award since it started 60 years ago. The award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It also celebrates sportsmanship in your community. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA to see how their team and your community can partner to be true champions. Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roads. Whether you're an athlete or spectator, control your drive on the roads to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed, don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Game today also brought to you by Utter Brothers Creamery. Sweet, creamy treats and scrumptious farm-to-table dining options is what you'll find at Utter Brothers. Utter Brothers in Boscabel. It's utterly amazing. The 9-1-2 hitters due up for Cuba City in the 3rd inning. Trina Redfern, her first plate appearance, and we'll go back to the top of the order with Addie Schoaf and Summer Rogers. Redfern on the season, batting .240 against Swell opponents. As Greta Grassel, now with 1,000 career strikeouts, throws the first pitch inside for ball 1. We're talking about Greta Grassel's career stats coming into this game. On her career, 54 wins and 14 losses, 0.73 ERA. And the 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. What's crazy is her whip, her walks and hits per innings pitch, 0.53. That is video game type numbers, and has pitched 25 shutouts in her career. 2-0 pitch, finds the zone. Top part of the zone for strike 1, met with groans by the Cuba City faithful. As Grassel gets ready to deal the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing. Leadoff batter in the bottom of the 3rd, 2-2 count. Here's the deal from Grassel. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Addie Schoaf now coming to the plate. She was hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance back in the 1st. Eddie Schoaf batting on the season, .362 against Swallow opponents, has 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Grassel looks down, gets ready to deal. First pitch is outside for ball 1. The Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy offers the Boscabel and Richland Center area's locally owned pharmacies, which proudly serve the Boscabel and Richland Center area communities. Stop by today and visit the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. 1-0 to Schoaf. Schoaf lifts this one into right field. That will drop for a base hit. A 1-out single gets the first hit of the game for either team. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing. Now Summer Rogers coming to the plate, hit a bunt. Her last appearance got thrown out on a fielder's choice. Now Grassel ready to deal. Here's the delivery. Squares up the bunt, rolls it down, throw to first, in time for the out. And another fielder's choice advances the runner to second. 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing.
Batting for Cuba City, number 17, Josie Cruiser.
Very fast-moving game so far here from Splinter Park in Cuba City. No margin of error for either team so far. Grassel looking down, now set to deliver to Josie Cruiser. Struck out looking in her last plate appearance. We'll pop this one up. It's going to go back behind the backstop for a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Game also brought to you by Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. They have your repairs covered from truck and trailer to your hydraulic needs. Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. A 1 pitch to Cruiser, looks at it high for ball 1. So my Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster. Follow them on Facebook for daily lunch specials. Doolittle's on the Square in Lancaster. Russell delivers the 1-1. Inside for ball 2. Thought the ump was going to call strike for just a moment, but pulled it back. Count is out 2 balls, 1 strike. So the number 3 hitter, Josie Cruiser. Rachel Cross in the on-deck circle for the Cubans. 2-1 delivery. Inside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Cruiser. Again, Josie Cruiser had the big 2-run home run in the first matchup on May 6th. She's got some power. Here's the 3-1. Catches the strike zone. In her 3rd. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. No score between these two small rivals in our regional championship. (3-2). Shot foul, stays alive. Count remains 3-2. Napa Auto Parts, the pros at Napa Auto Parts in Boscobel and Richland Center have you covered from batteries to brakes and from motor oil to filters. They have the right accessories for your vehicle too. Napa Auto Parts, Boscobel and Richland Center. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cruiser's 2nd strikeout, the 6th strikeout thrown by Greta Grassel. And no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are through 3 innings. Cuba City nothing, Boscabel nothing in our Division IV regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball is presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction. Again, shoebox scoreboard updates. Mineral Point 6, Lancaster nothing in regional quarterfinal baseball on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Over on Extreme 107.1 in Division 5, Belmont has a 1-0 lead over Judah Albany. And over on 97.7 Country WGLR, Highland with a 1-0 lead over Barneveld. The winner of that Highland-Barneveld game plays the winner of the game I just mentioned, which is the Belmont-Judah Albany game. Back to the top of the order for Boscabel. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com.
Leading off the fourth inning for Boscobel, number 4,
Aaron Knowles, Kenna Wallen, and Greta Grassel due up in the fourth. Again, Peyton Guile has struck out 5 of the first 9 Boscobel batters on the day. As Knowles swings and misses at the first pitch, count is 0-1. The Queen Bee Radio Sports SoundCloud page. Listen back to recordings of our previous sportscasts anytime and on demand at soundcloud.com/Queen Bee Radio Sports. 0-1 pitch, low for ball 1. Knowles steps out of the box, now back in. The catcher for the Bulldogs has caught for Greta Grassel through their career. This one shot to Vosberg at short, throw to first, in time for the out. What a play by Vosberg. Another ground out, one away in the top of the fourth. Still no score between Boscobel and Cuba City. That brings up Kenna Wallen, struck out in her first plate appearance back in the first inning. Boscobel held hitless so far, swinging a miss, strike 1 for Kenna Wallen. Bytech Resource Management of Greener Way, Bytech Resource Management of Monroe, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont, Prairie du Chien, and at carriesguttersanddoors.com. 0-1 pitch, swinging a miss, strike 2. Just off on the timing. No balls, 2 strikes. So the number 2 hitter, Kenna Wallen, Greta Grassel on deck. This one going to be fouled off the catcher's mask of Brooke Dressler. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. And Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric in Lancaster and Fenimore. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 strikeout thrown by Peyton Guile. 2 away in the top of the fourth, and now Greta Grassel popped out in her last plate appearance, steps into the left-handed batter's box. We talk about her pitching accomplishments. She's a very accomplished hitter as well. Batting .451 on the season, 8 home runs, 24 RBIs. Look, just thought about swinging, looks at the first pitch. It's high for ball 1. Branzada Body and Paint Specialists in Lancaster and People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC, and Grassel lifts this one into center field. It's carrying, it's over the fence, and it's gone. Greta Grassel with a solo home run breaks our scoreless tie. The Bulldogs score first. It's 1-0 in the top of the fourth. A big 2-out home run for Greta Grassel. That would be Grassel's 9th home run on the season. And a big bomb in straightaway center. See if Cozy Whiter can keep the offensive momentum going. Struck out in her last appearance back in the second inning. Kyle deals, swing and a miss. Strike 1. For more area high school sports coverage, subscribe to the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Weekly highlights, interviews, and over 180 archived live-streamed games. Receive notifications of future live-streamed events by subscribing to the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As I was looking down, didn't see exactly what happened. I believe it must have been a foul ball as Cozy Whiter goes back into the batter's box. Scoreboard says it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a delivery. That one's low. Pitch from Guile outside. Should be ball 3. Now the scoreboard says it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one fouled back. Call that one a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Two out, nobody on. Boscabel getting on the scoreboard first on Greta Grassel's solo home run to straightaway center. And delivery from Guile. This one's high. Now this is ball 3. I believe the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And through 3.5 innings, Boscabel gets their first run in the top of the 4th on Greta Grassel's solo home run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Boscabel 1, Cuba City nothing in our Division 4 regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster.
After 3.5 innings, Boscabel takes a 1-0.
We'll call this our Peterson Agency halftime report, presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle. Brian Peterson, specializing in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. Kind of a quiet game offensively for both teams. We anticipated this one to be a pitcher's duel, and it certainly has lived up to that so far. Greta Grassel now pitching for Boscabel, reached the 1,000 career strikeout mark. Has 6 strikeouts on the game so far. Peyton Guile has also 6 strikeouts on her stat line so far today. Boscabel getting 1 run on 1 hit, that solo home run by Greta Grassel in the top of the 4th. Cuba City has 1 hit as well, and they've left 3 stranded. As Rachel Krause steps into the box for the Cubans. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 the score. Bulldogs on top of the Cubans. First pitch is away for ball 1. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Glad you're watching with us. This one is high for ball 2. One of the 6 games we have across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We also have an audio-only broadcast between Lancaster and Mineral Point on our YouTube channel. Steve Pressegard and Matthew Ginnanen with the call of that one. Here's the pitch. This one low for a ball. So it's Rachel Krause, Ella Vosberg, and Brooke Dressler. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Cuba City in this 4th inning. That one's high for ball 4. So a base on balls leads off the bottom of the 4th, and the tying run is at first for Cuba City.
Up next for Cuba City.
Ella Vosberg, the shortstop, popped out back in the 2nd inning. Steps into the box. Awaits the pitch from Grassel. Shows bunt, squares it up, and it's caught by Hardy, closing in from third base, able to close the glove on it. Probably the lightest pop out you'll ever see. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Cuba City's trailing Boscabel 1-0 on our Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. First pitch fouled backwards by Dressler. We'll call that a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Winner of this game advances to Tuesday's sectional semifinal at a site to be determined. We'll see how the seedings are. Boscabel is set to host the sectional final for what that's worth. And this one hit into the gap between first and second, goes into center field. Runner advances to third, sliding in, she'll be safe. And that'll be a double by Dressler. So 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at second and third for Cuba City. And they're a big swing away from tying or potentially taking the lead. Now running the bases at second base is number 4, Cameron Timmerman. Rachel Krause still the base runner at third. As Ayla Nolan steps into the box, she reached on base on an error back in the second. Ayla steps in. First pitch from Grassel is high. Going to get past the catcher, but base runners stay put. There's not a lot of room back behind the backstop, so if there's a little more real estate, maybe the base runners would have gone, but a little too much velocity on it to keep the runners put. 1 ball, no strikes to Ayla Nolan. 1-0 inside. Ball gets away. Great stop again by Knowles. 2 balls, no strikes to the number 7 hitter, Ayla Nolan. Peyton Guile on deck for the Cubans. Boscabel 1, Cuba City nothing. Bottom of the fourth. Third meeting between these two teams in the last 17 days. Cuba City won both regular season matchups. 2-0 is high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. And all of a sudden, Greta Grassel 1 ball away from loading the bases with 1 out. Nolan showing bunt. Here's a pitch from Grassel, pulls it back. It's high for ball 4. Bases are loaded for Cuba City. Second walk issued by Greta Grassel on the game. Peyton Guile comes to the plate. Now Coach Corey Grassel wants to talk it over with his team in the pitcher's circle. 3 on, 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Boscabel 1, Cuba City nothing, but the Cubans threatening here in the fourth. Gooch's Greenhouse Tavern in Keeler. Gooch's is home to some of Southwest Wisconsin's favorite pizza, as well as delicious daily specials too. When it comes time to celebrate, make it great at Gooch's Greenhouse in Keeler. My Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Leo's Used Cars 2. See Curtis Pines and John Weber for your next ride. Leo's Used Cars 2 on Main Street in Dickeyville, wishing Ella and the girls best of luck. Cuba City Collision and Repair sponsoring our foul balls today. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Play resumes. Peyton Guile at the plate. Struck out looking in her last plate appearance in the second. Bases loaded for Cuba City. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead. First pitch, swung on a miss, strike 1. Peyton Guile wanted to unload on that one, timing just a bit off. Guile steps out, now back in. Cuba City infield playing in close. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Tried to chase that one high. No balls, 2 strikes. 3 on, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead. Pitch from Grassel. This one chopped down the third base side, and it's foul. Just foul. Ball bounced foul just before the third base bag. Would have been very dangerous for Boscabel. But count remains 0-2 to Peyton Guile. Trina Redfern in the on-deck circle for Cuba City. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Grassel. Seventh strikeout thrown by Grassel on the game. Trina Redfern struck out back in the third. Trying to come up big in a big spot here. Could be a potential tri-core turning point. 3 on, 2 out. Bottom of the fourth. 1-0 ball game. Boscabel in the lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. 0-1 pitch. Catches the strike zone in inner third for strike two. And now Greta Grassel, 1 strike away from getting out of a big-time jam with the bases loaded, trying to protect that 1-0 lead. Grassel looks down. Here's the 0-2. This one going to be pop foul back behind the backstop. Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. So the number 9 hitter, Trina Redfern, will go back to the top of the order if she reaches base with Addie Schoaf. We'll see if Redfern can get a base hit here. 0-2 again, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cuba City strands 3 in the bottom of the fourth. They've now stranded 6 total base runners on the game. They do get 1 hit. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left stranded. And we go to the top of the fifth. Boscabel leading 1-0 in our Division IV regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Game today brought to you by Southwest Health's Eye Care Center. Advanced care for your eyes, from exams to surgery to glasses and everything in between. Helping you see life more clearly is always their number 1 priority. Learn more about Southwest Health's Eye Center at southwesthealth.org. Milk has been building champions for centuries. Why? Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages can. That's why the pros know they're going to need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at GonnaNeedMilk.com, brought to you by the dairy farmers of Wisconsin. And there remains a shortage of WIAA licensed officials for a number of high school sports in Wisconsin. We salute those who have committed their time and effort to ensure we maintain education-based athletics, because without officials, there are no games. Please don't hesitate if you want an exciting, rewarding experience. It's also a great way to earn more than a few dollars. Get licensed as a contest official today by accessing the officials tab at WIAA.org to get started. We go to the fifth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Peyton Giles' first pitch is a strike to number 7, Lila Glassbrenner, the 5 hitter in the order. She'll be followed up by Emma Hardy and Mackenzie Fritz. And second pitch fouled off. Down the first base side, Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes to Lila Glassbrenner, grounded out in her plate appearance in the second. Now swings and misses at strike 3. Ace strikeout thrown by Peyton Guile on the ball game, and now Emma Hardy, the third baseman, coming to the plate, lined out back in the second inning. Swats down in the right-handed batter's box. Awaits the pitch, looks at the first pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. 0-1 pitch fouled back for another Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Off-speed pitch. Inside for ball 1. Cuba City fans wanting a strike called there. She took a little more than just a bit off that one on the speed of the pitch. Might have been just a bit inside. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. In the top of the 5th, Boscabel protecting that 1-0 lead. Mackenzie Fritz trying to reach base. Grounded out in her last plate appearance back in the 3rd. Russell Office is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. First pitch gets away from the catcher. Count is 1-0 to Mackenzie Fritz as she reaches base. Kennedy Seeley, the center fielder, is waiting on deck. 1-0 pitch. Fritz looks at that one. Believe that was a called strike by the reaction of the Cuba City fans. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Fritz had the right location, just swung a bit early. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back for a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. No other updates yet on the shoebox scoreboard. We'll get to those as this one will be chopped back to Guile. Guile able to field it cleanly, tosses it back to first to Cruiser for the out. Strikeout, strikeout, ground out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Boscabel goes down in order again, but Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead through 4.5 innings on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Tyler Duktanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on a gorgeous day at Splinter Park here in Cuba City. Laptop says it's 75 degrees here at Splinter Park. Very comfortable, sun shining, field is sun splashed. Great environment, great crowd here at Splinter Park heading into the bottom of the 5th. As we go back to the top of the order for Cuba City, in the bottom of the 5th, Addie Schoaf, Summer Rogers, and Josie Cruiser due up. Addie Schoaf has reached base twice in the game, was hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning, and singled in the 3rd. As Grassel gets ready to deal. Gets the pitch, Noel squats down, and the first pitch is swung on, popped up to short. It will be fielded and caught by Fitzgerald for the first out of the inning. Brings up Summer Rogers. Hit into a couple fielders' choices. One bunting, one kind of a defensive swing back in the 3rd. First pitch, swing and a miss. Looks like the timing was right, location just a bit off, swung under it. No balls, 1 strike to Summer Rogers. Josie Cruiser on deck for Cuba City. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Missed the location again. Oh, 2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down in the top or the bottom of the 5th. Boscabel with the 1-0 lead. And Josie Cruiser struck out in her last 2 plate appearances. Struck out looking in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd. 9 strikeouts for Greta Grassel in the game. First pitch inside for a ball. Brett Rogers Construction, Cuba City, quality works at the right price for all of your home improvement needs inside and outside. We love what we do, and you will too. Brett Rogers Construction in Cuba City. Swing and a miss. Big swing. You can tell Cruiser wanted to unload on that one. Delivery from Grassel. Inside for a ball. Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Boscabel 1, Cuba City nothing. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. That one catches the strike zone for a strike. Count is now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Josie Cruiser. Cuba City has had base runners in every inning. They've left 6 stranded so far. Nobody on in this moment, but Cruiser trying to change that. She has a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Grassel calls time for a brief moment. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, when you are ready. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Greta Grassel, and the Cubans go down in order in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pop out, strikeout, strikeout. And now we go to the 6th. Boscabel 1, Cuba City nothing in our Division 4 regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction. Other sponsors today include Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, and the Back Bar. Southwest Wisconsin's favorite way to celebrate is pizza and drinks at Pizzeria Uno and the Annex in Platteville. Also by the Back 9 Golf Simulator in Platteville. You can play Augusta right here at home. Find the Back 9 on Facebook for details. The Back 9 Golf Simulator, Business 151 in Platteville. Top of the 6th in the order due up for Boscabel. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Kennedy Seeley, Campbell Fitzgerald, and Aaron Knowles. As Peyton Guile now has 9 strikeouts on the game. Boscabel has gone down in order. The only hit came on the Greta Grassel solo home run back in the 4th. As this one is bunted back to Guile. Throw to first is in time for the out. As Kennedy Seeley stumbles at crossing first base. A quick ground out to begin the top of the 6th.
Batting next for Boscabel, number 12, Campbell Fitzgerald.
Campbell Fitzgerald wearing number 12, plays shortstop, struck out back in the 3rd. First pitch, looks at it, and it's a called strike, inner 3rd of the plate. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. Pitch looks like it was high for a ball, should be 1-1 to Campbell Fitzgerald. Aaron Knowles in the on-deck circle for Boscabel. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big swing by Fitzgerald. Like the location, just a bit off on the timing. Now steps back in. Here's the pitch. Now an inside for a ball. Count is now 2-2. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscabel. Always on call and always the right call. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, serving Southwest Wisconsin 24/7 since 1958. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Campbell Fitzgerald. 1 away in the top of the 6th. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead. Here's a pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. And the first walk issued by Peyton Guile on the game puts a base runner on for Boscabel. So Aaron Knowles steps into the box, struck out in the first inning, grounded out in the fourth. Squats down and waits the first pitch from Guile. High for ball one. Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster. Follow them on Facebook for daily lunch specials. Doolittle's on the Square in Lancaster. And by Keeler Service Center, Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. They have your repairs covered from truck and trailer to your hydraulic needs. Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic. Second pitch is out and away for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Aaron Knowles. Kenna Wallen on deck for Boscabel. 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead on Cuba City. This one chopped to Vosberg at short. Goes to second for the force out, but the ball is dropped and the runner's going to be safe. So we'll call that an E5. As Addie Schoaf dropped the ball at second base. And looks like we might have a courtesy runner coming in as Corey Grassel goes to talk with the umpire. And we will have a courtesy runner for Boscabel at first base, as it is number 6, Kylie Johnson, the freshman. And now a conference in the pitcher's circle. Boscabel with 2 runners on in the top of the 6th with a 1-0 lead on the Cuba City Cubans in our Division IV regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our game today also brought to you by Gooch's Greenhouse Tavern in Keeler. Gooch's is home to some of Southwest Wisconsin's favorite pizza, as well as delicious daily specials too. When it comes time to celebrate, make it great at Gooch's Greenhouse in Keeler. Play set to resume. Campbell Fitzgerald at second.
For Boscabel, number 18.
And Kylie Johnson at first for Boscabel. That brings Kenna Wallen, the number 2 hitter, plays second base, has struck out twice, 0 for 2 on the game. Both were swinging strikeouts. And tries to bunt this one, and a diving catch. The ball gets away. Throw to third. We'll get the force out as the base runners were confused as to whether or not the ball was caught. So an impromptu fielder's choice gets a force out at third. Runners still at first and second for Boscabel, but there's 2 away now. In the top of the 6th with Greta Grassel being intentionally walked. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Boscabel with a 1-0 lead. Cozy Wetter, 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. She did have a walk-off hit against Fenimore in one of the games we had earlier this season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Looks at the first pitch high for ball 1. And the anxiety in Splinter Park has amped up just a little bit more. 3 on, 2 outs. 1-0 lead for Boscabel. This one chopped to third. It'll be an easy force out to get out of the inning. So Boscabel leaves 3 stranded in the top of the 6th. No runs. No hits. No errors, and 3 left on base. And a big spot for Boscabel in the 6th. They couldn't come up with any runs, but they still have a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th. In our Division IV Regional Championship on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. And our game today brought to you by the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. They offered the Boscabel and Richland Center areas locally owned pharmacies, which proudly serve the Boscabel and Richland Center area community. Stop by and visit the Boscabel Pharmacy and Center Pharmacy. And by Utter Brothers Creamery, sweet, creamy treats and scrumptious farm-to-table dining options is what you'll find at Utter Brothers. Utter Brothers in Boscabel. It's utterly amazing. Boy, Utter Brothers sounds good right now with the weather that we have here. A gorgeous day, again, 75 degrees according to the thermometer on the laptop here at Splinter Park. And if you haven't done so already, give our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel a like and a subscribe. Get notified of all of the upcoming games that we have coming up. We'll sort out what our sectional coverage looks like once we know the finals of the teams participating and what our capabilities are. But we go to the bottom of the sixth here. Boscobel with a 1-0 lead. Rachel Kraus in the box for Cuba City. Fouls off the first pitch backwards for a Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Rachel Kraus, Ella Vosberg, and Brooke Dressler do up. Also waiting the 0-1 from Grassel. Here's the pitch. Another pitch fouled back. Count is now 0-2. Another Cuba City collision and repair foul ball. Again, these two teams so competitive in these head-to-head matchups. As this one foul back. I'll see if I can reconnect our camera here for you guys. One of the foul balls must have messed up our connection here, so we'll see if we can sort that out. No balls, 2 strikes to Rachel Kraus. Looks at that pitch high for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. And that is a called strike 3. Backwards K for Greta Grassel. Now Ella Vosberg at the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike. And our apologies for the camera. I'm working on fixing that right now. Count is 0-1 to Ella Vosberg. This one chopped too short, and a tough play. It's going to roll into left field, and that'll be a single for Vosberg.
Batting for Cuba City, number 5, Brooke Dressler.
One on, one out in the top, or the bottom of the 6th. All right, we got the camera back on. See if we can get this back running. So I'm going to be popped up for a strike. This one going to be hit past shortstop into center field. And the runner advances to third. Runner is safe. And we'll call that a double for Brooke Dressler. And Cuba City now with 2 runners on, trailing 1-0 to Boscabel. This one hit into left field. It will be caught. Runner's going to tag up. The throw home won't get there in time. And Cuba City ties the game. So Cuba City ties the game. think now we got things figured out with the camera. Again, our apologies for that. One of the foul balls messed up the cord connection, but it's 1 on, nobody out. Tie ball game at 1. Here's the pitch. Peyton Guile swings and misses. The camera fell backwards that time. Here's the pitch from Grassel. This one ripped down the third base side. That's a fair ball. One run will come in. Cuba City takes the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Peyton Guile with an RBI single. And now a conference in the center circle. As Cuba City now leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. So Cuba City gets 2 runs across in the bottom of the 6th. Off an Ayla Nolan sacrifice fly that brought in Ella Vosberg. And now Peyton Guile delivers with an RBI single. Runner at second for Cuba City. Running the bases is number 11, Emily Wigman. Trina Redfern struck out twice in her last 2 appearances. Here's the first pitch. Finds a strike zone in her third for strike 1. Boy, another set of late inning heroics for Cuba City in their matchups against Boscabel. That one high for ball 1. So far in the inning, 1 run on 3 hits for Cuba City in the bottom of the 6th. They've taken a 2-1 lead on Boscabel in our Division IV regional final. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Try to chase that one outside. Redfern pops this one up. Grassel calls everyone off. She'll field it for the final out of the inning. But Cuba City comes through in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. And now Boscabel has to deliver in the top of the 7th. Cuba City with a 2-1 lead heading into the top of the 7th on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Clare Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Leo's Used Cars 2. See Curtis Pint and John Weber for your next ride. Leo's Used Cars 2 on Main Street in Dickeyville, wishing Ella and the girls best of luck. Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohen, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. For the Bulldogs, it's Lila Glassbrenner, Emma Hardy, and Mackenzie Fritz, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up for Boscabel. They've gotten 1 run on 1 hit, and that was the solo home run by Greta Grassel back in the fourth. As Brenner squats in the box, here's the delivery from Guile. This one chopped. It'll stay foul, though. Count is 0-1. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. 0-1 to Glassbrenner. Chops this one too short. Vosberg plays it, throws to first. It's in time for the out. One away in the top of the seventh. Boscabel now down to their final 2 outs to try and get 1 run across to try and at least extend the game. 2 runs to try and take the lead. Now comes Emma Hardy. Lined out in the second, struck out in the fifth. Emma Hardy will be followed up by Mackenzie Fritz. Then behind her is Kennedy Seeley if either or both reach base. First pitch catches the outer third for strike 1. This one lifted foul. Count is now 0-2 to Emma Hardy. Peyton Guile dusting off the rubber in the circle. Now set to deliver the 0-2. This one going to be fouled back behind the backstop, out of play. Cuba City collision and repair, foul ball. Couple oohs from the crowd after that. Southwest Health's Eye Center, advanced care for your eyes from exams to surgery to glasses and everything in between. Helping you see life more clearly is always their #1 priority. And a swinging strikeout for Emma Hardy. And now, Boscabel's season comes down to Mackenzie Fritz. Learn more about Southwest Health's Eye Care Center at southwesthealth.org. Nobody on 2 outs. Cuba City with a 2-1 lead on Boscobel. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fritz steps out, now back in. Here's a delivery. This one's high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. After the game, we'll have the Culver's Cool Down post-game show. One to Fritz. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Fritz down to her last strike. Fritz back in the box, awaits the 1-2. Here's the delivery, inside, but it's a strike 3. And the Cuba City Cubans are regional champions. They defeat the Boscabel Bulldogs 2-1 in a pitcher's duel regional final at Splinter Park. What a game. Boscabel goes down in order in the 7th, ground out, strikeout, strikeout. And Cuba City, a gritty 2-1 win to advance to the sectional round for the 2nd straight year. What a game. Our Culver's Cool Down post-game show coming up in just a bit. As the 6th inning again for Cuba City, the Cubans come through big. That'll be our tri-core turning point. We'll talk about that in just a bit. As I tally up the final line score. Cuba City gets 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they leave 7 stranded. Boscabel, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 3 left on base. As here's the plaque presentation.
Congratulations to Boscobel on advancing to the regional championship and on a fantastic season. And at this time, Megan Rogeman and the Cuba City team come to receive the 2024 WIAA Division IV Regional Championship plaque.
Rachel Kraus bringing the championship plaque to the Cuba City fans back behind the backstop. Congratulations again to Cuba City, regional champions in Division IV in back-to-back years. They defeat the Boscabel Bulldogs 2-1 from Splinter Park in Cuba City. Tallying up the pitching stats, we'll get you final stats on the Culver's Cool Down post-game show presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. We'll see if Coach Rogeman and maybe a player or two will join us for some post-game thoughts as well.
Latest update from the Fenimore Mineral Point game, bottom of the 6th. Fenimore leads 9-0.
We're hosting here Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! For the high seat, it's like the best theory ever. Ever. What inning is it? Bottom of 6. Yeah. Point almost still time. Who were the guys watching it? No, we were eyes watching it. We were. Didn't even think about it. I could not believe it. Because I really didn't think I thought this would be point.
Back in Cuba City, Culver's Cool Down post-game show presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. What a thriller we had in Splinter Park in Cuba City. The Cubans defeat their Swall rival Boscabel 2-1 in our WIAA Division IV regional final. Check it out on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Lancaster is leading River Valley 9-3 in the top of the 6th on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Judah Albany now with a 2-1 lead on Belmont in the bottom of the 6th on Extreme 107.1. Mineral Point with an 8-3 lead. Last check, that was through 3.5 innings on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And those are the latest updates that we have on the 6 games that we have across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Again, we'll see if Coach Rogeman and maybe a couple players will join us on our Culver's Cool Down postgame show. They're huddled up back in left field as Cuba City defeats Boscabel for the 6th consecutive time. Cuba City won all 3 matchups last year, the 2 regular season ones and the sectional semifinal that these 2 had last year. And another gritty victory with late inning heroics from the Cubans. Again, in the matchup on May 6th, Cuba City won 3-1 off a 2-run home run by Josie Cruiser in the top of the 7th. And back on May 14th, Cuba City scored all 5 of their runs in their 5-4 win over Boscabel in the bottom of the 6th. And today was much of the same. Recapping the scoring of this game, we were scoreless through 3 innings before Greta Grassel hit a solo home run to straightaway center field. And that would be the only hit that Boscabel would have on the day. But Boscabel was up 1-0. And we headed into the bottom of the 6th, where Ella Vosper got things started with a 1-out single, followed by a Brooke Dressler double. Ayla Nolan hit a sacrifice fly to bring the first run in. And then Peyton Guile delivers with an RBI single to score Brooke Dressler. Or beg your pardon, it wasn't Brooke Dressler, that was Emily Wigman, who was courtesy running at the time. That second run gave Cuba City the lead. And then in the 7th, the Bulldogs went down in order, ground out, strikeout, strikeout. And Cuba City, your 2-1 winner in our Division IV regional final from Splinter Park in Cuba City. The pitching performances, both pitchers played outstanding today. Getting the win is Peyton Guile, 7 innings pitched. Allowed just that 1 hit, which was the home run to Greta Grassel. Allowed 1 hit, 1 run. That run was earned. 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. And in her final pitching performance as a Boscabel Bulldog, Greta Grassel, 6 innings pitched. Allowed 5 hits. Both runs were earned. Struck out 10 and walked 2. Greta Grassel did surpass the 1,000 career strikeout mark, so congratulations to Greta Grassel on that accomplishment in what has been one of the most incredible runs by both a player and as a team for these Boscabel Bulldogs. What an outstanding team this Boscabel team has been. There are 8 seniors on this team, and the players that have played their final games include Grace Smith, Erin Knowles, Lila Glassbrenner, Kennedy Seeley, Greta Grassel, and Taylor Wayne. Those are the ones I had down. Again, hoping that we can get Coach Rogerman at least for some post-game thoughts. As the Cuba City Cubans will advance to the sectional round, they'll play on Tuesday. We will follow them on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, potentially on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll sort out our coverage once the regional finals have been completed. Also sort out what our baseball coverage is going to look like on Tuesday as well, depending on the local teams that advance out of the quarterfinal round. That 6th inning that I was telling you about was our Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Again, Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Big thanks to Tim Slack Auction and Realty again for sponsoring our YouTube streams. As I see the players and coaching staff making their way towards me in the booth. We're at the table back behind the backstop at Cuba City. No other updates on the shoebox scoreboard that we can tell you about at the moment. We'll see if we... Yes, if you could, please. That'd be great. Thank you. If you can find Peyton. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a Diet Mountain Dew, please. Thank you. Carrie Lawson, first team all-athletic director, helping us out today as well. And trying to see if we can track down Coach Rogeman for some post-game thoughts, but see her talking with Shannon Adams of the Telegraph Herald. Good to see her out here as well. Always incredibly helpful. Again, we know Cuba City meets the winner of the Mineral Point Fenimore game. The last update I had on that was Fenimore was leading 1-0. This shoebox scoreboard update just came in on 97.7 Country WGLR. Barneveld walks off Highland 4-3. Another thrilling finish in our Queen Bee Radio family today. So Barneveld will take on the winner of Belmont Judah Albany, and Judah Albany was leading that game 2-1 last check on Extreme 107.1 and X1071.com. All right, we are joined by Peyton Guile, the pitcher, the winning pitcher for the Cuba City Cubans on our Culver's Cool Down post-game show as I get things set here. And first of all, Peyton, congratulations on the win. What an outstanding pitching performance by you today, allowing just one hit. It just happened to be a solo home run. It felt like it was going to be a pitcher's duel throughout. It certainly lived to be that way. Talk about the pitching performance and how satisfied are you getting a big win against a very tough opponent here today?
Satisfied. I just I hope for the best, basically.
Yeah. Yep. So, you know, Boscabel is a very tough team. They're obviously very experienced. They've had deep postseason runs in the past. We know how great Greta is, but your team has been able to come through in the last 6 meetings against Boscabel. What are the things that have gone right for your team in those outings, and what went right for you guys here today?
I mean, obviously the last 3 innings have always gone right for us. We just have learned to shorten up and hit her. So.
Yep. And talk about your confidence. I mean, obviously, you know, coming in, we see all the accomplishments that Greta has, but you have had an outstanding, career in your own right, have had some outstanding pitching performances today included. Looking at your final stat line, 11 strikeouts, allowing just 1 walk. Talk about your confidence level. Do you feel like you're playing your best at the right time heading into the sectional round?
Yeah, I feel like there was a couple innings there where it was a little iffy, but I think we all pulled it together. So.
Yep. And what does heading to the sectional round mean for you and your teammates? Obviously, a very accomplished season last year, a game away from going to state. A lot of these girls have had state experience in other sports as well. What's the confidence level for you and your teammates as you get ready for the sectional round?
We're very excited to just go at it, and we like playing good teams, so we can hope for the best.
All right, excellent. Well, congratulations on this win. A very outstanding game, outstanding performance. We're looking forward to seeing you in the sectional round as well. Thanks a lot for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way. All right, that's Peyton Guile, the winning pitcher for the Cuba City Cubans. Joining us on the Culver's Cool Down postgame show, presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. We'll see if Coach Rogeman will be able to make her way over here. Again, she's still busy talking with Shannon. Print media apparently takes precedence over the radio/streaming media. Again, big thanks to Carrie Lawson for the hot dog and the burger. Making sure I'm taken care of here in Splinter Park. Always incredibly helpful when we have games in Cuba City and very accommodating. And another shoebox scoreboard update. Mineral Point leading Lancaster in baseball 9-3 after 5.5 innings. You can catch the rest of that on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. That's an audio-only game with Steve Prestigard and Matthew Ginnanen on the call of that contest. And over on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, the Lancaster Flying Arrows leading River Valley 9-5 in the top of the 7th. Look at the Arrows. doing awesome work. 9-5 over River Valley, top of the 7th. A lot of interesting scores on this. Regional Championship Thursday. And it looks like we might be able to catch up with Coach Rogeman for some post-game thoughts. So we'll close up shop here at Splinter Park. We thanked everyone that we need to thank. Again, the final line score, Cuba City wins 2-1, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 7 left on base for the Cubans. And Boscabel, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on base for the Bulldogs. That'll wrap things up for me from Splinter Park in Cuba City. Big thanks to both head coaches, Megan Rogeman and Corey Grassel, for the lineups, stats, team information, everything that we needed to tell you the story of this awesome matchup between two SWAL rivals. Thanks again to Carrie Lawson and the staff at Cuba City High School for helping me get set up and being able to bring this video stream to you. Thank you to all of our sponsors who help support high school sports, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, Myers Home Comfort Store, and Wolf Construction on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty of Fenimore and Lancaster. Again, the final score, Cuba City 2, Boscabel 1. The Cuba City Cubans are regional champions in Division 4. They await the winner of Mineral Point and Fenimore. We will follow the winner of that game for that sectional semifinal matchup coming up on Tuesday. And we'll figure out our coverage options. Once everything has been figured out, you can check out the full Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule on our website at am1590wpvl.com. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night from Splinter Park in Cuba City.